What a beautiful day today. The rain is here and the rainy season may be starting, and all that heat that was here is just starting to subside. Today for me it's been a very hot morning, and I'll explain you why. Because many of you know that I'm doing this 30 days video challenge. When I can, I post one video a day. It was not always possible, but I'm doing it. And I decided to continue the challenge to the 30 plus 1 day. And then we'll see. So when you start to do the videos, it's quite an interesting position, because before you have to adjust to all the new things, because yes, people tell you what you need to do, but until you don't do it, you don't know it, because you have to learn it. So it's quite a vulnerable position that you're in. So I had many beautiful feedbacks, and I thank you all so far. And then this morning, I spoke to a person who is very close to me, not necessarily a friend, but very close. And at some point, this person said, "Antonella, I'm watching these videos. Are you having any feedback?" And because really, I have to tell you, I don't like them. I don't understand them. And then I said, okay, thank you very much. So when it's so important to think of the words you use when you give feedbacks. I come from a family actually where feedbacks were not a big thing. It was kind of mostly taken for granted. Any celebration, any achievement, except really the main one, like, I don't know, the degree or whatever. I mean, we were not praised enough, I would say. And therefore, I grew up with this inability of cheering myself for any achievement. I would take it for granted. And many times a friend of mine, this is now a real friend, she asked me, "Antonella, but you can't stop and celebrate anything. Why is that?" And I said, well, actually, because I never really have been shown now. So now I am starting to get into that flow. So when we're working with feedbacks, and I remember I've never been good at it, especially when I was going to music concerts, and I would know the musician, or art gallery, and I would know the artist. And at some point, I felt like compelled I had to say something, but I really didn't like it. And I didn't know how to address the artists without being unsupportive. Because in the end, the work was done. Okay, there was space for up-leveling, but I didn't touch me. Okay, so now I've learned it. So when you do feedbacks, what you do is that you start to tell the person at least two things that you have liked. I love that about the painting. I love the light which comes through this area. I love the way you put these gauze on the blue and the contrast between this part. So always find something nice that can bring the relationship up. And then I can say, but in this area, this is an area where you could really work a bit more and make it better. And this is a simple example of a painting. But then can happen in anything, really, because it can be in when you do an exam, when you do a speech, when you do a play, when you have a conversation with a client. I mean, and there is somebody close to you who is there to give you feedback as well. So it's really very, very important to give constructive feedback, because otherwise it's just putting the person down for no reason at all. And if I didn't have my own tools to say, okay, this is actually not my problem because I can't accept this feedback that is not constructive, there is nothing I can do about it. I mean, this is really whatever you say. If you're not able to communicate with me what's the story behind and why you're saying that, is it that I have too much makeup? Is it the way I speak? Is it the way I move? Is it the way, what is it? So it doesn't add anything to my life, and I won't accept it. And I know that this person was absolutely well meant when she said it. It just doesn't have the tools to give feedbacks. So please, whenever we open our mouth, just let's measure the words we use. Because one thing is to say, one thing is also how the other person can receive it. And if we can give the same message in a way that is better received on the other end, it will improve the life of many that we are touching every day. Thank you very much. I hope it's helpful. See you soon.